Let's go. What's up, bro? We got a podcast in the metaverse, bro.
yeah. Who knew that this is what it was all building up to through the entire first season? And now we are here kicking off season 2 with all of you guys, a live studio audience.
Let's go. Every Tuesday.
A podcast. We didn't even know what was happening. We were 15 episodes into this.
It seems to be helping and impacting a lot of people. We'll see you every Tuesday on the Well Metaverse podcast. Peace.
Excuse me. I don't know why I chuck deuces. Like I don't chuck deuces. What was that?
Ha
Oh, my brother.
What's up, my friend? So, man, that intro is looking pretty retro. Like, yeah.
It is.
It might be getting a little long in the tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed it is.
Hey, we got Aztec Consulting in the house. Hey-o!
Let's go. Aztecs in the building.
Yeah. Exterminator 94 VR. I'm glad
Let's
he
go.
specifies VR at the end of that, because I'd be like, which Exterminator 94 is that?
Oh, it was great.
Hey, Soapstone Astro. So I bumped into Astro yesterday, and he's like, you know, I'm gonna catch the live stream tomorrow. He's like, I'm gonna be in school, but we don't do a lot in that class anyway. So like, I feel like he's like in the back of the class looking at his phone. Yep.
Dude, yeah, if you take the test, the answer is C, brother. C.
Hello, Mama Bree and Bernice Lohman Creative
What's
Services.
up?
Hello.
Sister Bernice is in the building.
Soapstone Astro. He's famous now. So all right.
Hey, stay in school though, brother. Don't
That's
go
right.
off of this fame.
Yeah. I don't want to grow up and accidentally be a comedian. Yeah. So what's up, man? How's your day? How's your week?
Oh man. So this past weekend I was up in Minnesota. So Friday went to Minnesota, had an event there, had a show, which was pretty cool. And I've done this event 2 years in a row now. And so Terry went with me, went to the Mall of America, which has become one of our favorite places to shop.
Cool.
I love the fact that no taxes up there.
All right.
So yeah. And then man, so it had an amazing show. And then I flew out Saturday morning, brother. And when I tell you, I had the time of my life in doggone my hometown of Portsmouth, Virginia, bro.
Oh man.
I did it. It was my dad's 27th celebration, 27th anniversary of being a pastor. And so I did a comedy show on Saturday night. Jam packed, dude, in front of my home crowd.
Oh, that's
insane.
awesome. That's so cool.
Absolutely insane. Yeah. Crazy.
So your parents are still there. You still got a lot of friends there then, or?
Yeah, but it's weird. You know, we a few of my friends showed up, but it was a lot of my parents' friends.
Gotcha.
Like 250, 300 of people celebrating my parents, man. All up in this one building. It was insane.
Wow. That's cool. I love shows like that, where you got just people that are on your side in the audience. You know, people that just want to see you do well and crush and all that.
Well, you know, some people that had never seen me do stand-up. So they were like, you know, in fact, some folks were a little skeptical. Like, how's this gonna be? You know, is it really that good? And man, when I tell you, I probably did I probably did about an hour and 20.
Ooh, that's a good long time for a single set of stand up, man.
No, but I did that Saturday night as well. I mean Friday in Minnesota. I probably did an hour and 30.
Really, same set or different sets?
Nah, it was crazy is so you know how you have your set, but then you got this other, I'm at home. It's
Yeah,
like, you know what?
yep.
Let's call some audibles. Let's be ready. This is like an all-star game.
Yeah.
And I get to where my dad already knows even the edgiest places I may go in my routine. And I was just free. It was just
nice.
Yeah, it was
Boy,
good,
that's
man.
a good feeling. That's a good feeling when you're like, yeah, I got my set list that I can go back to when I need to, but we're just having a conversation.
The greatest, dude, remember that list of everything that laughter does, that the health benefits of laughter that you ran down.
Mm-hmm.
Iconic episode, probably one of my favorite, most memorable metaverse episodes.
So that was about a year ago, and that list came from Laugh Fest.
Right.
And yeah, it was the Laughter RX Symposium, and it was all the health benefits of laughter. That's coming up again. In fact, like you didn't even know you were segueing here, but our guest today is MetaVoice. I decided to call the episode Well MetaVoiced. And then I'm like, who can we have for a guest? Maybe MetaVoice, but he's our guest, and he's helping us out with the Laugh Fest show that we got coming up on March 9th. That's all intertwined there. Let's bring MetaVoice out, and then we can jump back into that. So everybody, big a give round of confetti for our friend MetaVoice. Ayo!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's MetaVoice. Hey, everyone. Thank you for having me on the Well MetaVoiced podcast. You two are a hoot to be listening to in the bag. I was like, yes. And when I seen that whole intro there in the beginning, I was, who are those people? I was like, oh my gosh, nostalgia. Yeah. We've been doing this for so long. We've taken on many forms, both through avatar and real life.
Indeed. Oh, people are happy to see us. Sturm says jazz hands. Bart says MetaVoice. Alma or Aztec Consulting.
Hello.
There's a little, I don't know what's that.
Aztec Consulting. I think it's like bells of some, either that or a really like neon jellyfish.
Yeah, I think it's a neon jellyfish.
Neon jellyfish works. There we go.
Almost got confetti going. It's all happening. So welcome to the show, MetaVoice.
Thank you.
Jason was just talking through some great sets that he had over this weekend. A good time at Portsmouth, Virginia.
Very nice. My wife's from Virginia, so I spent the last couple of years down there in Fairfax area, and I love Virginia. It is a beautiful place.
Yeah. Man, y'all see why you call him MetaVoice. But it's almost like the dude's voice is so on point. I often look as when we first met, I was like, is this dude is he a robot? Like his voice is...
I know. Everyone's like, this guy must be a troll or something. 3 years later, they're still saying the dang thing. They say, what's your voice really sound like now? I'm like, it would have gone away by now.
That is hysterical.
I have the same
always going to ask you, what's the weather for today, man?
Weather today is partly cloudy with a slight chance of precipitation and rain. Now, it's not calling for snow. The groundhog's seeing its shadow. Back to you. And we were talking about the Laugh Fest and everything, and getting to work with you in IRL. And whenever you're ready to start that topic, I'll jump right into it. I better slow down because once I start going, I just don't stop.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the last song you listened to?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, the last song, Garden Party, by Gordon Lightfoot.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give the DJ rundown of the song.
Oh no! Well, see, remember, I am a human being, even though I might sound like a human NPC. So I might respond in a human way.
So I'm curious though, like Garden Party by Gordon Lightfoot, like that's not the typical song I would hear somebody just spout off the top of their head. Like, did you pick up your playlist and you're like, I need a little Gordon Lightfoot, which is the right one? Or were you just randomly listening and then it came on and you're like, that's Garden Party by Gordon Lightfoot?
It's on my repeats, I've got to say, right next to Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree. I might look young, right? But I found the Fountain Youth years ago, thousands of years ago. They tell you with magic comes a price. The inside of me's dust, right? But the outside of me still looks like I'm in my early, late 20s, early 30s, which is great. No, I listen to a lot of older music, 60s, 70s, 50s, 40s. We can go on all the way back to Danny Kaye. I mean, Dean Martin. I listen to a lot of stuff, not a lot of like newer stuff, because I love the stories. And the newer music don't tell a story. They just tell a beat. And a lot of the older music told me a story that I could relate to when the emotional time and event happened. So I'm an old soul. My wife and I go antiquing and going to farmers markets as like an adventure. We love that. We find the best of deals at farmers markets, antiques. My wife owns over 200 cookbooks ranging from 1880 to the 1960s. So we're old.
I guess so.
So
he says old, and you bring me on the camera.
Lolly, hey, yeah, we used to hang out at the pop shop.
I think he brought me here to help you with something. You said Gordon Lightfoot sings Garden Party.
No, it's not Gordon Lightfoot sings that. It just came off the top of my head. The person that sings it is, who's Ricky Nelson? Thank you, Ricky Nelson. Thank you. Well, look, I've been listening to Gordon Lightfoot as well, because Gordon Lightfoot sings that one song where if you could read my mind, love, what a tell. Yeah, that's one of the one I was listening to. But I was listening to Garden Party as well, because Garden Party has a lot of inside information about multiple entertainers in that time era. So I always love listening. I'm gonna shut up.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
But I remember Ricky Nelson.
Ricky Nelson.
Along.
Wasn't that long ago?
Oh man,
that's too funny.
Good stuff. So Jason, I gotta bring you up to speed. You know what? We've talked a little bit about some of the cool things that we've been doing with these hybrid shows in real life. Partnered up with Dr. Grins and Funny Business Agency to bring some headliner talent into the metaverse and doing up some shows. And MetaVoice has actually been my on-site VR tech for prepping that and all that. So we've had a good time laughing with some folks. So thought it was high time that we brought them on to meet you in the chat.
So
of course.
good.
What a wild ride it has been. I mean, working with you for so long in the metaverse is great. And then meeting you in person, I'm like, hi up there. He's a lot more intimidating in real life than you think. He's the right level and just a skinny guy with glasses in the metaverse. You get next to him, you're like, please don't tackle me.
Yeah.
I'll break.
Absolutely.
But he's such a gentle giant. He laughs with everyone, gets along with everyone. I never see him break, the face, the character that he is. And I just love it, being able to work around and being able to absorb the wealth of information and knowledge that this guy has, the experience that he has in a field that I'm, getting into myself, and being able to meet these amazing acts with just keen talent to be able to then write down and note for maybe future things myself. So thank you so much for including me in this adventure.
Well, it was all volunteer, but we might have to put you on the payroll after that.
Imagine me being able to promote and market something.
Hey, MetaVoice, let me ask you something, man. So what's it been like as now that you've started taking on this role, just being able to meet all these different folks and even, be the VR tech guy?
Well, quite a promotion from being just a voice to a couple of wires and some buttons. So I gotta say, I'm now into the tangible state of the promotion. But to meet all of these being able to ask them questions, their excitement for the metaverse when we put these headsets on them, they light up like they're kids in a candy shop, like, oh, what is this? What can I? And so then them translating that comedy from IRL, being able to see that show that they're doing, and then translate it into the metaverse, where we have a time delay, we have different things that they have to adjust to. You can definitely see the experience level in a lot of them on how quickly they're able to pivot and being able to adapt even in a new world such as that. And so it's quite inspiring. I'm also realizing a lot of comedians have a lot of torment down deep inside and talk about the therapy sessions in the green room a lot.
This is terrible.
So that has been a wealth of experience for myself as well that I can always look back and take on. And this guy, Aaron, has been such an amazing help with that, being able to lead and direct. He gives great advice and constructive criticism on any points that I might need help with. And we're able to talk fluently back and forth. So we have a great connection and communication, and we've been able to build this relationship over the years in the metaverse. And now, I mean, we don't live that far from each other. We barely even see each other. And now we're just like, oh, we should have like connected. We're like, yeah, now we're collaborating. This is great, right? The amount of things we can do. Well, I mean, I can inform people about what, outside the soapstone is, but the things we can do, that's all I got. Any more questions? I can keep answering that single one for 30 minutes.
Yeah. I don't doubt it, brother.
MetaVoice asked as we were kind of prepping for this. He asked me beforehand. He's like, "Is it all right to use a little humor in the show? Like, have you ever seen the show? Like,
do I have to answer that truthfully?"
As long as it works. Let me say that.
He's like, "I've never seen you guys laugh on the show." No.
Like, wait, I thought this was a serious drama. I was just going to come in. Once upon a time, two comedians sat in a room online and told each other about what they had for breakfast.
Can you do that motion picture trailer voice? Like,
oh yeah, I can do a little bit of it. Sometimes you have to do it in gain in the functions, but in a world where two comedians once got together and decided to make a podcast.
Yeah,
so pretty close to it. I
don't know if we caught that, but if we got the video recording on this, that might have to be rolled into a new intro.
Absolutely.
Were you able? Did that come? You didn't catch that? Did it pause or?
Oh no, it was. Really
okay.
Good.
I was like, oh no, I gotta rewind.
You're like, I got it. I can do it again.
I can do it again. Take 2.
Dude,
Take 28.
Yeah, do that same voice. Like right now, like Soapstone Astro is in class. So imagine him he's walking into class to take a test that he hasn't studied for, but he's a brilliant guy. And so there's this tension of, does he rely on his brilliance? Would that take him over the top? Or his inability to prepare for that test? Would that eat him alive? Do that movie voice as an intro for that.
Soapstone Astro walks up into his hallway at school, and suddenly he realized he didn't study for the test. Oh no, but out of excitement for the Well MetaVoiced podcast, he knew he had only one thing he could do. Just sit and hope that his intelligence took him far enough to get good grades. His excitement over the barrier of his self-confidence as he sits in the back of the class listening to the podcast. Oh no, he realized he forgot his textbook at home.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
how's that? Is that okay?
Yeah, that was pretty cool, man. I was trying to find the right music for it. That's all.
We'll have to plan it sometime. Go over a few scripts and whatnot. We'll talk about voice work.
Yeah.
Now, do you do voiceovers?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm on Voice 1, 2, 3, Backstage, Fiverr, Upbeat, LinkedIn. As myself, I've been doing voiceovers for years. I have my own little studio set up. Does my own. Oh, and Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh dearie, now I'm doing Mrs. Doubtfire here on the Well MetaVoice podcast. No. So I do a lot of different voices for Horizon Worlds people and businesses in IRL.
That's great.
Yeah.
But enough about
Yeah,
me. This is about you.
Yeah. I was actually trying to get Astro in trouble in class. I was trying.
He's too smart for that. Like,
Yeah, I was trying to make him laugh, make the teacher take his phone from him.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's so good to see you coming along in the metaverse, MetaVoice. I mean, I remember maybe 9 months or a year ago when we met for coffee
Yep.
for the first time, and you, like a lot of us in the metaverse, were just kind of trying to find your bearings, and you're like, am I doing the right things? Am I, I'm not finding the opportunities yet, and I remember that conversation. Actually, I hope you don't mind me bringing
You're
it
fine.
up.
Go ahead.
But I remember that conversation, and I remember encouraging you to keep being yourself and doing what you're doing. And the opportunities will come when they come. And it's really nice to see some of those opportunities coming your way. I know you recently got an opportunity to do some voiceover work directly for Meta. And of course, being able to do some of this VR tech support stuff in these IRL shows, it's awesome to see you stand your ground and be who you are and add value how you can add value. And then when the opportunities come along, be prepared and ready to engage with them. So well done, sir. Well done.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, in this world of this artistic creative space, I think, and we've said this time and time again over on this show, the idea is, man, you have to be your authentic self. You can't try to be somebody else and think that people are going to accept you. The best way to succeed, even though it might be a longer road, is for you to be your authentic self. And those who love your authenticity or who like the way that you are, that's the audience who will find you. That's what I'm finding, man. And it was great going back to this show I did in my hometown. It was me really starting to really step into my own, the way that I want to do comedy, as opposed to let me stop trying to do comedy to be successful, which I've had some success in that way, but being my most authentic self on stage. And that's what brought about even why I mentioned the health benefits of laughter. There was a woman at my show whose dad passed away the week before, a week to the day. And her husband, he actually called me this morning, said she'd been grieving for a week. And she came to my show, and her laughing, my show actually broke the grief for her.
Wow, that's
it
great.
Was like after she came to the show, and just me being on stage, being my authentic self, it switched. It got turned around for her, man. And as a result, he saw how his wife's healing and the grief actually helped the rest of the family get over the hump with theirs.
Comedy is a savior of many lives. It can be, because many people are going to crossroads in their lives, whatever's happening. And sometimes that smile is what makes them choose the better path. Every time. Exactly. We have a hard job to do, to entertain people and to make them laugh, especially when stuff's going on in our lives. But we use that stuff to be able to show people there's such a bright light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to keep going.
Man, dude, when you talk, it's like, dude, I want to see a picture of every time you're talking, I'm seeing some B-roll footage.
I know Aaron's over there going, "Oh God, this again."
No, so it's really interesting to hear you talk, because I do know that early on you faced some adversity because of your voice and people questioning your authenticity because of your voice. I mean, I know I questioned it. I'm like, is this guy doing a bit? Like, what's up? And it actually was when we had coffee together and we had conversation, and your voice stayed the same, but it changed kind of like it just did now when you start talking. And like, it was clear that you are who you are and your voice is what it is when you start getting into those statements like you just made. You know, talking about something that is undoubtedly genuine. You know?
Well, your voice is a muscle, it's a tool, and many, many, many people never exercise that tool. I always say, if the pen is mightier than the sword, shouldn't you have a really strong pen? If you're not trying to upgrade to the best, titanium pen that there is, so that your word is the strongest, and the way you deliver it when you're trying to convey a message, it's vastly important. Otherwise, they're never going to listen. That's my idea. It's kind of when life gives you lemons, make applesauce and leave life wondering how the heck you did it.
I just want to know, how was it having coffee with MetaVoice? As I take this caramel macchiato straight off of the counter.
Yeah. Well, he went up and he placed his order, and the whole place just stopped and broke into a slow applause break. It was
thank you. When I first started off in the metaverse, my voice was slightly different than it is today. The reason is because I would use that voice, of which would bring in the audience and get their attention all the time, nonstop on the platform. And it was like, hello, hi, everyone, welcome. Make sure you like, save, and share, right? And because I was trying to stand out in a crowd of people that were all trying to stand out. And it was a race to be able to get in front of the spotlight. I had to bring it down and back a little bit, of course. So I don't put so much emphasis on things I used to. And now people are like, oh, you're human. I'm like, yeah, I've always been.
That's great.
Yeah.
But this thing with the Laugh Fest that we're doing, the comedians bringing real life into the metaverse, into VR, and then just cramming it together to bring both the viewers from IRL and in there, which are, a vast amount that you don't normally ever get to, you don't get that crowd, but you get it in the metaverse. You get it through VR. That is amazing. I wanted to wrap it back around for you.
Well, nice. Yeah. And anybody who's watching this that doesn't know, on March 9th, we're doing an IRL show. It's going to start at about 1:00 p.m. At Dr. Grin's. It'll be part of Laugh Fest. It's going to be a really, really cool event with some great comedians coming in. And if you're in the area, or if you can get to the area at that time, let me know, hit me up, because I got your ticket covered. We'll bring you out for these comedians. We can pack about 150 people in there. We've already got about 60 or so people that I know will be there. So let me know if you're in the area, and we'll bring you out. Casey Kasem, thanks. I've never heard that before, that I sound like Casey Kasem. I appreciate you, Andrew Paul, though, mentioning that. Oh, wait, maybe he wasn't talking about me. Oh, it says, woohoo, yay. All right, there. Yeah. Oh, man. So, yeah, that's gonna be a cool event. I think we have 30 confirmed from our virtual reality community that are coming to Michigan. People coming up from Texas. I think we got a guy coming in from Alaska. I don't know for sure if he's confirmed or not, but people coming in from all over the country to hang out in real life for a little bit. It's going to be cool.
I know I'm coming in all the way from 10 minutes down the road.
Yeah,
it's a long journey.
You're actually closer to the venue than I am.
Yeah, I think I'm the closest to anyone.
That is great.
Yeah,
that is great. Yeah, hopefully, man. It's my kid's spring break.
Yeah,
and yeah, that's.
I still got to make it down to your neck of the woods, Jason. I gotta.
You do.
I gotta come down and spend some time with you down there for sure.
Where are you? Down? Where are you? In Australia? Down under? Or
Antarctica?
Oh, that explains the coat.
Like he's all Australia.
No, I'm in Dallas. The Dallas area.
Oh. So basically, Australia, if it was connected to more land instead of water.
Hey, we have an outback.
Yeah, that's true. The steakhouse is a wonderful blooming onion.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man, we need to go to another segment because Jason Earls has something that I got to take care of. So,
actually, I got you, and that's great, because actually I'm going to bring Lolly out. We'll give her the 15-second warning right now to talk about stuff. Because man, but I'll catch you next week, Jason, and you have a terrific week. and we'll see you soon. Lolly,
seeing
we're
you.
going to bring you
Ladies and
out.
gentlemen, Jason Earls is leaving the
Hello,
building.
hello.
Jason
Everyone,
Earls out.
Jason Earls, everyone.
All right, and he did it without ending the live stream, which that's
That's an amazing thing.
that's awesome. All right, everybody. So we got
not all of us can be technical. I mean,
that's yeah. Don't you? Isn't it crazy when you see people struggle with technical issues?
right? So easy. Anyway, MetaVoice, so happy to have you here today. My gosh, it's been fun having you. You're hilarious.
Well, thank
Like
you.
I said in the comments, you're a great narrator. I love when you tell a story. Jason's right. When I go to your book as a world in the metaverse that has books attached to it, and it's just so relaxing to sit there and listen to his voice tell a story. You should be doing audiobooks for sure. I mean, you have an amazing voice. But
If I had the
yeah,
time.
yeah, I know. Well, when everyone needs your time, they need your
Yeah.
time. But we've been enjoying Mrs. Doubtfire lately. She was co-hosting Good Morning Soapstone last week, which was really fun. We had a lot of fun.
Anytime.
It was so great. But this week, our featured show is Well Metaversed, which is Ace and Warfeather's show. I don't know who their guest is. I asked, but I haven't got a response yet. I don't know why, Ace. I asked you 30 seconds ago. I don't know why. Eric, do you know who the guest is for Well Metaverse this week? I don't know, but
I know that on the live stream portion of Well Metaverse, our guest is MetaVoice.
oh,
he's a good one.
yeah, that guy I saw.
Brings attention.
I'm talking about our in-world show,
Yeah,
Well
yeah.
Metaversed.
I know that they always have terrific guests. It blows my mind every time I see their lineup. Like, I mean, they're bringing in some heavy hitter builders that are coming in and just dropping wisdom on their journeys through the metaverse and what inspires them and all that. It's really a great show. I love seeing
Yeah,
all
it's
that.
a who's who of builders for sure. I know that's going on over there. So that's happening tomorrow night, and they are our featured show. So I wanted to make sure mention them this week. But yeah, boy, we have a lot of things going on, don't we? I mean, it's all coming. It's all happening.
Are you ready?
We are ready. We were born ready. We're so ready.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I'm going to try something different, and I'm going to turn some music on while we.
Oh, are we dancing?
We're dancing. All right.
Do we have any
right,
Garden
everybody.
Party by Gordon Lightfoot? I mean,
I'm not sure if that's one you can dance to quite. I mean, maybe a little sway, right?
dance to it,
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being a part of Well Metaverse. I appreciate you. Well, MetaVoice, or wait a minute, MetaVoice. Well, thank you for being our guest.
Thank you.
Wonderful chatting with you as always.
Always fun, MetaVoice.
Always.
And Lolly, thanks for all your support and all that you do. We'll see you all soon in the Soapstone trivia tonight. It's all happening. Followed by our cooking show that's happening. The Soap Stove.
Soap Stove, where those good recipes come from. Awesome.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Goodbye. Remember to